Hi guys, this is day 18 of reviewing the book Making It Big by Femi Otedola, and we're currently in lesson 18. What is lesson 18? Lesson 18 is harnessing and deploying soft skill. There are basically three things highlighted in this lesson. Number one is the entrepreneur's ability to find out who he is and stay on that lane, improve on his strengths and then play on his weaknesses. Number two is his relationship with his workforce, how he raised his team and how he found the right person to fit into the job that he ought to fit into. And number three has to do with how he tackled his problem following his instinct. Now you can remember that one of the major issues Xenon faced as a company was the issue of leadership, having the right CEO, and it was also part of the reasons why the company collapsed, of course, amongst many other reasons why the company fell. So they had a track record of employing and firing CEOs, not because that was a culture for them, but because they couldn't find the right person. So it was becoming a thing of concern until Femi Otedola found the best CEO according to him, which is Mr. Akin. And he found this guy at his trading company in London, Fine Shade, where the guy pitched to them that he will make them $1 million in trading. And that was quite a bold promise to make to someone that was already been in loss, because prior to that time, the company was already in loss. And he gave the guy a trial and he beat the target and made them $1.2 million after a month. And that was the beginning of their relationship, and it went on from that level to another level to another level to another level. One of the very good stories I like about this lesson was when he was in the debt of 220 billion naira, and he had a meeting with Amcon, and Amcon threw a question to him that took him off balance. Immediately, without thinking, he just passed the question to his CEO, and without any prior briefing or any prior rehearsal to what if this question comes, this is how you answer it. He just threw it to him, and luckily for the guy and for him, the guy answered very well. And one of the things the guy answered was that they were going to give up their properties. Even that was a little bit shocking to him. And when he came out of that meeting, he was like, "Guy, why are you serious?" Because the guy asked him, "Sir, did I say the right thing?" You know, when your leader tests you in the most unpleasant, the most unprepared time, it takes a lot of grace to come out of that tight hole. But eventually proved that the suggestion or the answer Akin gave to Amcon was what his boss eventually did that brought him out of debt. So this also transcends to teach how you build relationship, because the billionaire here has a good working relationship with some of his staffs, with some of the persons he hired, especially those persons that he's worked with for a long time. I also think that in this book, that one of the things you can learn from Femi Otedola is his ability to build long-term relationships. And I'll talk about this in the next lesson tomorrow, because I find it very interesting how someone can build a relationship with different set of people in different years, and that pushes him to upscale his business and keep winning. So that's one thing that we'll talk about tomorrow. So this lesson talks about harnessing and developing soft skills. And these soft skills basically are not the skills that you learn in school. They are skills that come with you nurturing yourself, finding out your strength and downplaying on your weakness. According to him, nobody is useless. People are only useless in the area of where their weakness is predominant, and they are hardworking and useful in the area of their strength. But where the mixture, where the problem usually comes about, is the placement. How do you place someone in the right place? And you can never expect someone to perform well in his area of weakness completely, especially when it is a very, very, very weak area. Like he highlighted that he's not a sprinter, he's a marathoner. He also said in the book that he found out that he is not a manager, he's an entrepreneur, and they are different things. These are hard truths that when you find out about this truth, you learn it yourself and embrace it and begin to walk in that light. Some persons are not good finishers, but they are great starters. Some persons are not great starters, but they are good finishers. Some persons are not great entrepreneurs, but they are very good at managing. So we are created by God with different abilities, and this lesson talks about harnessing and deploying those hidden abilities that are in you. So for a business person, for a person generally, you may need to look into this lesson and learn something that you are not useless. Those persons you are complaining about, you are shouting about in your leadership circle, in your business, in your organization, they may not be as useless as you think. They may just be wrongly placed. Disclaimer: there are some persons that you should fire. There are some persons that you should not work with, not because they are lazy or hardworking, but because they don't have the good character, they are fraudulent, and they are going to be a harmful terror to your business. I'll see you tomorrow in day 19 as we progress. Thank you.